Hello dear students, welcome to Konar classes. Today we are going to discuss how to perform integration of two special type of functions. Okay, so let me first show you the type of functions here, and while solving those two types of functions integration, we will take help from these formulas. So that's why I kept it as it is from our previous session. Okay, so suppose we get an integration of this type of function. It is px plus q divided by ax square plus bx plus c dx, or it could be integration of px plus q divided by square root of ax square plus bx plus c dx. Okay, so this type of functions, either this or this, how to perform that integration. So first I will describe the theory and then we will solve some problem together. So if we look at it, so that in the numerator it is a linear expression, and in the denominator it is a quadratic expressions. By the way, here a, b, c, p, q all are real numbers. So now in the left hand side what we see is that px plus q, that is a linear expression. So as in the left hand side it is a linear expression, that we can equate with a linear expression in the right hand side, and then it will becomes an identity. What I wanted to mean is that if here is a px plus q in the left hand side, right hand side should also be something, some constant into x plus some other constant. Okay, so how we can write this thing is that we are writing is that we are introducing a constant called a into d dx of the denominator, that is ax square plus bx plus c plus another constant b. So I will tell you there are 2 points. One is that why I perform that d dx of ax square plus bx plus c. Okay, and the second thing is that why we represent it like this. You see, when we make a differentiation of a quadratic expression, we get a linear expression. So that linear expression plus a constant is equatable with a linear expression in the left hand side, and it is an identity. So that is the first point. Second point is that why we have done so. Why we write d dx of this, d dx of ax square plus bx plus c. Now that we have done to have our integration much simpler. Why so? Let me show you here. So then what it becomes, if we take this one, it becomes that px plus q divided by ax square plus bx plus c will become a into, in the numerator we will get d dx of ax square plus bx plus c divided by ax square plus bx plus c, correct, plus b into 1 by ax square plus bx plus c, correct. Now if we perform integration, then what will happen? If you see that differentiation of this denominator is equal to this, so if you take this as a some variable t, then d dx of ax square plus bx plus c will be dt, and that will be here d dx of this will be dt, and this one, and it will be very easy to integrate. So this one will be very easy to integrate, and this one also, that ax square plus bx plus c dx, that integration we have done in the last session. So that you can look into it and it will be very easy to perform. I will do in this class also, I will do that with some sample examples we will do. So this is the reason that we took it here in this px plus q is equal to a into d dx of ax square plus bx plus c plus b. Let me repeat, if someone is having any confusion that sir, how we are going to perform this integration. Suppose let's write integration of px plus q dx. So this will be the integration, na? Okay, this dx, okay, plus b integration. So here we can write dx. Now if we look into this integration, so differentiation of this is this, then what will happen? It will be straight away a of log mod ax square plus bx plus c, straight away. If you take a differentiation of this, you get this thing. So you can take this is equal to t, then dt will be this one, dt by log t, dt by t is equal to log t, so that means this, and plus one integrating constant. Okay, so this we can do. And integration of this one, that can be done, integration of this one can be done by means of this, the whatever we have learned in the previous session, that we need to express this one, either in this form. Okay, whatever you see in the top three, and then we can perform. Okay, so now the question is that how to find the value of a and b. How we can find the values of a and b, that capital A and capital B, that constant what we have introduced. So for that there are many ways we can do. Okay, so what we can do it here is that this implies px plus q is equal to a into, if you see ddx of ax square, that becomes 2ax plus ddx of bx is b and ddx of c is 0 because it is a constant, plus here we get b. So from here what we get is that px plus q is equal to 2a into capital Ax, okay, plus capital B plus b into a. Now if you look at it, this is an identity. Identity means what? The coefficient of x in the left hand side, that is p, should be equal to the coefficient of x in the right hand side, that is 2 lowercase a uppercase a. And the constant term in the left hand side, that is q, should be equal to the constant term in the right hand side, that is capital B plus small b into capital A. This has to be equal. So that means what I am saying is that 2 into a into capital A, that has to be equal to p, okay, and that capital B plus b into a, that should be equal to q. So from here what we get the value of capital A, that is equal to p by 2a, okay, and from here what we get the value of capital B should be equal to q minus b into p by 2a, correct? So what are the values of a and b? A is equal to p by 2a and b is equal to q minus b into p by 2a. So our purpose is to find the value of capital A and capital B in terms of lowercase a, lowercase b, lowercase c, or p and q. That we have done. So then what happens is that once we get this value, so let's apply this value here. So from here what we are going to get? From here we are going to get is that px plus q, okay, is equal to p by 2a, okay, into ddx of ax square plus bx plus c plus q minus b into p divided by 2a, correct? Now what happened is that what we are going to find? We are going to find the integration px plus q by ax square plus bx plus c. So what we are going to get from here, dear students? So this implies px plus q divided by ax square plus bx plus c, okay, is equal to p by 2a, okay, and what we get is that ddx of ax square plus bx plus c, we can directly write, is equal to 2ax plus b, okay. So what we can write here is that 2ax plus b divided by ax square plus bx plus c, okay. So this we can write it here. plus q minus b into p divided by 2a into 1 by ax square plus bx plus c. Now dear students, what we are going to do, we are going to do an integration. So px plus q dx should be equal to integration of 2x plus b dx divided by ax square plus bx plus c, plus q minus bp by 2a, we can take it left of this integration, so we get here dx by ax square plus bx plus c. After that, what we will do, dear students, is that we can take that we can assume that this is equal to b by 2a, okay, into I1. So here I1 is this integration, plus q minus b into p by 2a into I2, where I2 is this integration. Now I1 is this integration. So I1, how we can find the I1? Let me show you. Okay. So if you know the steps, then it will be very helpful for you to solve when we actually do some real problems together. Okay. So what we are going to find? We are going to find the value of I1. So what is I1? I1 is equal to integration 2ax plus b divided by, you know, ax square plus bx plus c, this dx. Now dear students, what we can do is that let us assume that ax square plus bx plus c equal to t. If we take, let that ax square plus bx plus c is equal to t. So this will give what? That 2ax plus b dx is equal to dt. So then this integration will be what? Integration of 2x plus b dx is equal to dt divided by t. So that will be log of mod d plus c. Correct or not? Now what is log of mod d? We need to, you know, replace the value of t, because t was our intermediate, you know, variable. Our answer should be in terms of x. So it will be ax square plus bx plus c plus this is c. In case you are not able to mix up, in case you see that there is a chance of getting mixed with this c and this c, here this c1 we can write, which is an integrating constant. So this is the way you can find the value of I1. And how come we can find the value of I2? For that we need to make it as a complete square, and then it will reduce to any of this formula what you see in the top three formulas, and we will do this thing. In the similar manner, if we get on this form, we do the same thing, but the ultimately formula we need to apply for 4 to 6, because it is the square root of ax square plus bx plus c. So this is the concept. Okay, I explain you the concept first. Now let's solve some problem together. Okay, so let me write it down, and you also do along with me. Okay, so the moment you do along with me, okay, so it will make your idea more clear. Rather than only watching this video, I will strongly appreciate that you also do. Okay, and when you are watching this video, okay, then you can always pause it. Okay, do your stuff, and then you know, proceed further with the video, so that you will understand each and everything. After that also, if you have any doubt, you can always get back to me. So the first question is that integration x plus 2 dx divided by 2x square plus 6x plus 5. So integration x plus 2 dx divided by 6x square plus 6x square plus, sorry, 2x square plus 6x plus 5, 2x square plus 6x plus 5. So what you should do, dear students? So the practical thing comes here. whenever you get an integration where the numerator is a linear expression and the denominator is a quadratic expression. As you see here, x plus 2 is a linear expression and 2x square plus 6x plus 5 is a quadratic expression. So what we should do? We should write like this, that let x plus 2 equal to, x plus 2 is equal to a into d dx of ax square. Okay, let me write properly. So a into d dx of a 2x square plus 6x plus 5 plus b. Okay, where a and b are a real constant. You can write it here, where a and b are real constant, and our first purpose is to find the value of a and b. So how to find the value of a and b? Let's simplify this one. Left hand side we get x plus 2, right hand side we get capital A d dx of 2x square, that becomes 4x, d dx of 6x, that becomes 6, and d dx of 5, which is a constant, so its differentiation should be 0, plus b. Then what we are going to get, dear students? In the left hand side we get x plus 2 and in the right hand side we get 4ax plus 6a plus b. Okay, now as it is an identity, the coefficient of x in the left hand side, which is 1, should be equal to the coefficient of x in the right hand side, which is equal to 4a. So from here what we get? We get that 4 into a is equal to 1, and the constant term in the left hand side, which is 2, should be equal to the constant term in the right hand side, which is 6a plus b. Okay, so what we can write is that 6a plus b is equal to 2. So 6a plus b is equal to 2. So if 4a is equal to 1, that means a is equal to 1 by 4. So if we apply that value of a equal to 1 by 4, so that means 6 by 4 plus b is equal to 2. So a is equal to 1 by 4 we got. Now that implies what we get? B is equal to 2 minus 3 by 2. Okay, so from here we get the value of b is equal to 1 by 2. Correct? So we assume that a and b are real constant and we found the value of a and b. So now, dear students, that what the integration is coming. So from here what we write? So x plus 2, instead of x plus 2, what we can write here? So we can write, so from here what we can write? So this implies that x plus 2 is equal to, or from here we can write, okay, x plus 2 is equal to a is equal to what? 1 by 4 into 4x plus 6, and b is equal to 1 by 2. Correct? So now our integration is x plus 2 dx divided by 2x square plus 6x plus 5. So this implies x plus 2 divided by 2x square plus 6x plus 5, okay, is equal to 1 by 4 into 4x plus 6 divided by 2x square plus 6x plus 5, okay, plus 1 by 2 into 1 by 2x square plus 6x plus 5. Correct? Now we are going to perform integration. So if we make integration of x plus 2 dx, that is equal to 1 by 4, you can take outside of the integration, that is 4x plus 6 dx divided by 2x square plus 6x plus 5 plus 1 by 2 integration, that 1 into dx means we can write just like dx. So the entire integration, dear students, now we can write is that if we assume this integration as I, okay, which we need to perform. So from here what we can write, dear students, that given integration I is equal to 1 by 4 into I1 plus 1 by 2 into I2. Okay, what is I1? I1 is nothing but this integration. This integration is actually I1. Okay, this integration is I1, and what is I2? I can use a different color so that you will not get confused at all. I2 is this one. Okay, so if we find the value of I1 and I2, we are done with this question. So let's see how we can find the value of I1 and I2. Okay. Okay, let's see how to find the value of I1. Let me do it in this place. Okay. So what is I1? Let me write it here. I1 is equal to integration 4x plus 6 dx divided by 2x square plus 6x plus 5. And if you recall, dear students, that 4x plus 6 was nothing but the ddx of 2x square plus 6x plus 5. Purposefully we did that. Why? Because it will be very helpful for us to perform this integration. How? Let's see. Let me use a different color. Or I can do it here. Let 2x square plus 6x plus 5 is equal to t. This implies what, dear students? That means 4x plus 6 dx is equal to dt. Then what we get? This integration. So this integration will be now is equal to integration dt divided by t. Correct? So now what is integration dt by t? That is equal to log t, log of mod t plus c, or we can take it as a c1 because we have two integrations now, so we can take it as c1. So where c1 is integrating constant, where c1 is integrating constant, integrating constant. So what is the value of, now we need to replace the value of t. T is equal to what? 2x square plus 6x plus 5. So what we write here is that log of mod 2x square plus 6x plus 5 plus c1. So this is the value of the integration I1. Correct? So we found the value of I1 as, so if I write it down here, so this value of I1, we got what? We get log of mod 2x square plus 6x plus 5 plus c1. Now let us concentrate to find the value of I2. Okay, so let me do it here. Okay, so the integration of the form I2, whatever is there, we have done in the previous session. So I will do it here, and you will find it that yeah sir, we have done it earlier. So you can also do along with me. So what is I2 here, dear students? That I2 is equal to integration dx divided by 2x square plus 6x plus 5. Now what to do? The 2x square plus 6x plus 5, 2x square, let me use a different color, okay? 2x square plus 6x plus 5, we need to process that expression to, to make it in this form, okay? So 2x square plus 6x plus 5, that is equal to, we can take 2 common, we get x square plus 3x plus 5 by 2, correct? So this is equal to 2 into x square plus 2 into x into 3 by 2, correct? So why we did so? To adjust with 3x. So then what we get here, dear students? So this is equal to 3 by 2 whole square, correct? Plus 5 by 2 minus 3 by 2 whole square, okay? We have done it earlier, but if I can say quickly, is that our target is to take the first 3 expressions, it become x plus 3 by 2 whole square, and 5 by 2 was there as it is. Now as we have introduced 3 by 2 whole square, we subtracted it so that the value of both these expressions are same. So what we get it here, dear students? So 2 into that 1, what we get is that x plus 3 by 2 whole square, x plus 3 by 2 whole square plus 5 by 2 minus 9 by 4, 5 by 2 minus 9 by 4, this value. So what we are getting here? So that is equal to 2 into x plus 3 by 2 whole square. So now that is equal to 5 by 2 minus 9 by 4 is nothing but 1 by 4. 1 by 4 means what, dear students? That 1 by 2 complete whole square. So the value of this expression we have come up like this, that 2 into x plus 3 by 2 whole square plus 1 by 2 whole square. So now what we can do it here, that this we get, this is equal to 1 by 2 integration dx by x plus 3 by 2 whole square plus 1 by 2 whole square, correct? So now what we can do? We can assume that x plus 3 by 2 is equal to t. Let's take that x plus 3 by 2 equal to t. Now if we take that, let x plus 3 by 2 is equal to t, that implies what? That implies dx is equal to dt. Then this integration so now this integration becomes what? So this is equal to now 1 by 2 integration dx means dt, so dt divided by t square plus 1 by 2 whole square. Now performing integration of this one is pretty simple. How? Because it is coming under the form of the third formula, that integration dx by x square plus a square, where x is equal to t and a is equal to 1 by 2. So what we get? That is equal to, according to the formula we know, this is equal to 1 by 2 as it is. So it is 1 by a, 1 by 1 by 2 become 2 into tan inverse, okay, x by a. So that means tan inverse of t by 1 by 2. So t by 1 by 2 plus another integrating constant C2. So what we can write is that where C2 is an integrating constant. So we can write here is that where C2 is integrating integrating constant. Okay. Now what we get is here is that is equal to tan inverse of 2t plus c. Now what is the value of t? T is equal to x plus 3 by 2. So we can write it here. So that is equal to tan inverse of is 2x plus 3. So if t is equal to x plus 3 by 2, so 2t should be equal to 2x plus 3. So tan inverse of 2x plus 3. So you can write plus c2 plus c2. So dear students, so what is the value of this integration we get, that I2? The value of this integration I2 we get as, you know, tan inverse of 2x plus 3 plus c2. Now all you need to do is that to find the value of I, that is equal to 1 by 4 into this plus 1 by 2 into this. Okay, so let's do. So we can do it here. So this is equal to 1 by 4 into I1. I1 is what? That is equal to log of, so we can have a bracket here, log of mod 2x square plus 6x plus 5 plus c1, correct, plus 1 by 2 into I2. So plus 1 by 2 into I2 is what? That is equal to tan inverse of 2x plus 3, tan inverse of 2x plus 3, okay, plus c2, correct. Now what we can do, dear students, is that we can simplify a little bit here. So let me clean this particular portion and let's do it. Okay. Okay, so what we are going to get it here, dear students, is that this is equal to 1 by 4 into log of mod 2x square plus 6x plus 5 plus c1 by 4 plus 1 by 2 into tan inverse of 2x plus 3, 2x plus 3 plus c2 by 2. So finally what answer you can write, dear students, that is equal to 1 by 4 into log of mod 2x square plus 6x plus 5 plus 1 by 2 into tan inverse of 2x plus 3. Now this c1 by 4 plus c2 by 2 we can club together, that means we can join together, that is c1 by 4 plus c2 by 2, we can make it as c. So we can write plus c, where c is equal to c1 by 4 plus c2 by 2, and this is the value of the required integration. Okay, dear students, so now let's do one more sum together. Okay, this is little elaborate, but if you practice well, things will be very simple, no doubt about it. Okay, so let me go to the next question. Okay, and that will be a different form, where the denominator, it will be the square root of a quadratic expression. Okay, so we discussed two forms, no? One is that the numerator a linear expression, denominator is a quadratic expression, that we have just done with a representative question. The second one, what we are going to do is that the numerator will be a linear expression, but denominator will be a square root of a quadratic expression. Let me write this question first. Okay, the question here is that you need to find x plus 3. So let me write down from my notebook. Okay, so this is equal to integration x plus 3 x plus 3 dx divided by square root of 5 minus 4x minus x square. Okay, so let's see. So dear students, so what we can write first is that we should do first is that x plus 3, so let us assume this is equal to I. So let's take this is equal to I. Now what we need to do is that x plus 3 is equal to a into d dx of 5 minus 4x minus x square plus b. Same logic the way I did for the previous one. Left hand side is a linear expression which we can express as a capital A, which is a real constant, into d dx of a quadratic expression. So that will give us a linear expression. So a constant into linear expression plus another constant capital B. So that means left hand side is a linear expression, right hand side is also a linear expression. So you can equate and we can find the value of capital A and capital B. Okay, so let's do. So if we do this thing, so what we are going to get is that x plus 3 is equal to capital A into d dx of 5 is 0, d dx of minus 4x is minus 4, and d dx of minus x square is minus 2x, and plus here it is b. Correct? Now what we should do, dear students, is that we can make it something like this, that left hand side is x plus 3, right hand side is equal to minus 2 into a into x plus b minus 4 into a. So now what we can do is that as this is an identity, okay, left hand side is a linear expression, right hand side is also a linear expression. So what we can do is that the coefficient of x in the left hand side, okay, that is 1, should be equal to the coefficient of x in the right hand side, that is equal to minus 2a. Okay, so this is one thing. And the constant term in the left hand side, that is 3, should be equal to the constant in the right hand side, that is b minus 4a. In this way we can find the value of a, capital A and capital B. So what we can write is that minus 2a is equal to 1, that gives a is equal to minus 1 by 2, we already got it. Okay, and another one is that b minus 4a is equal to 3. Okay, now so that implies what? That implies we get that b minus 4a, so that means plus 2, so that is equal to 3, minus 4 into a. Okay, minus 4a means plus 2. Okay, so that is that from here we get the value of b is equal to 1. Now let me tell you, dear students, that this is not the only way to find the value of capital A and capital B. This is one way, by equating the coefficient of x in both the sides and equating the constant term. There is another way also. As it is an identity, it can be true for any value of x. So you can apply any value of x here. Suppose we apply the value of x equal to 0. If we apply the value of x equal to 0, so left hand side will be 3. So then what we are going to get? Left hand side will be 3 and right hand side this will be 0. So 3 is equal to b minus 4a. So this is one equation. So let me show you. So this implies b minus 4a, 3 equal to b minus 4a. This is one equation. Let's take. Now we can apply another value of x. Suppose we apply the value of x as minus 1. So if we apply the value of x is equal to minus 1, what we are going to get? In the left hand side we are going to get minus 1 plus 3. Minus 1 plus 3, that means 2. 2 should be equal to, in the right hand side it is minus 1, so minus 1 into minus 2a, that becomes 2a. That becomes 2a, and here it is plus b minus 4a. okay, plus b minus 4a. So from here what we get, dear students? So from here we get 2 is equal to, you know, b minus 2a. So this is equation 2. Now from these two equations also we can find the value of a and b, and it will be exactly same. What we can do is that, so let's do, okay, from these two equations what we can do is that equation 2 minus equation 1. So if we part from both sides of equation 2 minus equation 1, what we are going to get is that it is 2 minus 3. In the left hand side we get 2 minus 3 is equal to b minus 2a minus b plus 4a. So what we are going to get, in the left hand side it is minus 1 and right hand side is equal to 2a. Right hand side is equal to minus 2a, b and minus b got cancelled, okay, minus 2a plus 4a, that is equal to 2a. So from here what we get, the value of a, that is equal to minus 1 by 2, which is matching with the value of a we got here, correct? Now we can apply the value of a equal to minus 2 here in the equation number 2. So now from equation number 2 what we are going to get? From equation number 2 we are going to get is that 2 is equal to b minus 2a. Minus 2a is equal to what? Plus 1. A is equal to minus 1 by 2. So minus 2a should be equal to plus 1, na? So that is equal to plus 1. So from here we get the value is equal to 2 minus 1, that is 1. So the value b equal to 1, that is also matching here. But you no need to, in the exam, you no need to perform that the value of a and b into different ways. I showed you that there are two ways you can do it, okay? But in exam you can just take any approach. In fact, I will prefer this approach, equating the coefficients, okay? Done. After that what we get, dear students? So with the moment we get the value of a and b, so what we can write, let's proceed after that. So from here, from these one, what we can write? From here we can write is that x plus 3 is equal to a. A is what? Minus 1 by 2. Minus 1 by 2 into ddx, sorry, let me write from here. From here what we are going to get, okay? So x plus 3 is equal to minus 1 by 2 into minus 4 minus 2x. Minus 4 minus 2x plus b is equal to 1, correct? Now what we are going to do, dear students, so this implies that x plus 3 divided by square root of 5 minus 4x minus x square. Square root of 5 minus 4x minus x square, that is equal to minus 1 by 2 into minus 4 minus 2x divided by square root of 5 minus 4x minus x square plus 1 by square root of 5 minus 4x minus x square, correct? Absolutely clear. We have divided both sides of this equation by square root of 5 minus 4x minus x square. Now dear students, what we are going to do, we are going to perform integration of both the sides. So left hand side it will be x plus 3 dx divided by square root of 5 minus 4x minus x square. So in the right hand side it will be dx, correct? And the second expression in the right hand side, that should also be equal to dx. Fine. So what is this? This is nothing but I, for which we are doing all this to find the value of this integration. This is the given question. So from here what we get, dear students? So from here we get the value of I is equal to minus 1 by 2 into I1 plus I2. Okay. So what is I1? So I1, what you see here, this I1 is nothing but the value of this integration, okay? And let's take a different color. What is I2? and I2 is equal to nothing but the value of this integration. Correct? Now all you need to find the value of I1 and I2. After that we will apply the value of I1 here, and you finally get the value of I. So let's see how we can find the value of I1. Okay, so let's come here, let's do it in this space. Okay, so I1 is equal to I1 is equal to integration minus 4 minus 2x minus 4 minus 2x dx divided by square root of 5 minus 4x minus x square. Correct? So what we are going to do, we need to we should assume that let 5 minus 4x minus x square equal to t. So let 5 minus 4x minus x square is equal to t. This implies what? ddx of 5 is 0, ddx of minus 4x is minus 4, and ddx of minus x square is minus 2x. So minus 4 minus 2x dx, that is equal to dt. Correct? Now if we apply this value, that is 5 minus 4x minus x square equal to t here, and minus 4 minus 2x dx equal to dt in the numerator, so what we are going to get from here? So this is becoming integration dt divided by square root of t. Correct or not? So now dt by square root of t, what we are going to do? That is equal to, that means integration t to the power minus 1 by 2 dt. So this is equal to what? T to the power minus 1 by 2 plus 1 divided by minus 1 by 2 plus 1 integrating constant C1. Okay, where C1 is integrating constant. So we should write here where C1 is integrating constant. So that is equal to what? 1 minus 1 by 2, that is equal to 1 by 2, that means square root of t. Square root of t divided by, 1 minus 1 by 2 is equal to 1 by 2 plus C1. So 1 by 1 by 2 means 2 into square root of t. So let's apply the value of t. T is equal to 5 minus 4x minus x square. So 5 minus 4x minus x square, okay, plus C1. So this is the value of the integration I1. So what we find the value of I1, dear students? So we find the value of I1 as 2 into square root of 5 minus 4x minus x square plus C1. That is the value of the integration I1. Now, dear students, let us concentrate on finding the value of integration I2. This kind of problem we have done in our earlier session, but let us do it together. Okay, and the more we practice, the more we get comfortable in the exam. Okay, that is why practice is so important. Practice makes a man perfect. Okay, so what we can do is that we are going to find the value of I2. So what is I2 here, dear students? So I2 is equal to integration dx divided by square root of 5 minus 4x minus x square. So if you recall, what you need to do here, we need to do is that we need to concentrate on 5 minus 4x minus x square. Okay, so if we take that 5 minus 4x minus x square, what is our target? Our target is to express this one which is there inside that square root, that quadratic expression, is that x plus or minus something whole square plus or minus some constant whole square. That is our target. Now to achieve the target, what we need to do is that what we are writing here, this is equal to, this we can write is that minus of x square plus 4x minus 5. So this is equal to minus of x square plus 2 into x into 2, that is 4x. Then what we are doing is that 2 square we are adding, so minus 5 minus 2 square we are subtracting. In fact, first bracket is sufficient. Okay, so this is what we are doing. Why we have done so? As you know already, that for the first three expression we can write is that x plus 2 complete whole square. So what we get, dear student, that here we get is that x plus 2 complete whole square minus 5 minus 2 square is 4, minus 5 minus 4, that means minus 9. So that means minus 3 is complete whole square. So what we get it here, if we multiply this minus 1, so we get it here is that 3 square minus x plus 2 complete whole square. So this is the value of the 5 minus 4x minus x square. So let us apply that value in that in the integration I2. So what we get here, dear students, so this is equal to integration dx divided by square root of 3 square minus x plus 2 complete whole square. Okay, now what we do, we will take that substitution, x plus 2 is equal to t. So let x plus 2 is equal to t. This implies dx should be equal to dt, correct? And we get this integration comes as, this is equal to integration, instead of dx we can write dt divided by square root of 3 square minus t square. If you see this integration dt by square root of 3 square minus t square, it is a form of this one, the fifth one, dx by square root of a square minus x square, here where a is nothing but 3 and x is nothing but t. So what we get, that is equal to sine inverse x by a plus integrating constant. So that is equal to sine inverse t by 3 plus 1 integrating constant c2. So what you can write is that where c2 is integrating constant, where c2 is integrating constant. Okay, so now what you need to do, we need to apply the value of this t, that is x plus 2. So what we get here, dear students, so that is equal to sine inverse of x plus 2 by 3. So x plus 2 divided by 3 plus c2. Okay, so now what you do, dear students, so we found the value of I2. So the value of I2, what we get here is that the value of I2 what we get is something like this, that is equal to sine inverse x plus 2 divided by 3 plus c2. Now all you need to do is that apply these values of I1 and I2 in this one, because the given question is to find the value of I. Okay, so let's apply. Okay, so this is equal to minus half into I1. I1 is equal to into 2 into square root of 5 minus 4x minus x square plus, okay, half into is a complete thing, so we can write one bracket here, plus c1, correct, minus half into I1 c1 plus we can write is that sine inverse x plus 2 by 3, x plus 2 divided by 3 plus c2. So what we can write it here in the simplified form, that is equal to minus 1 by 2 and 2 become minus. So minus square root of 5 minus 4x minus x square, okay, plus sine inverse, x plus 2 divided by 3. Then minus 1 by 2 into c1, that is minus c1 by 2 plus c2, that we can join together or add together, we get another constant called c. So we can write plus c, where c is equal to c2 minus c1 by 2, and this is the value of the integration as given. So dear students, as you see, you need to do little bit of practice. Without practice, the flow may not come. So look into the daily practice problem at Konark Classes website, those who have login, and perform this maximum problem solving every day one. That is why it is known DPP, daily practice problem, and you will become master on that. With this, let me conclude this session here. In the next class, we will discuss about the integration using the method of partial fractions. Till then, thank you very much.